Hi, guys. Ronda Winstead here with you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is good to be here with you. Happy 2024. Oh my goodness, is that just crazy, you guys? That's insane. Seems like it was just September and was getting things out to do work on Christmas stuff and it's all gone. Where did it go, my friends? Where did it go? Okay. Well, so I've been thinking what to do for 2024. And last year I made the mistake of getting all excited and I was going to do this on this day and this on this day and this on this day. And my health didn't permit me to do that. And so I just felt guilty and bad. So I'm not doing that this year. Because I don't want to feel bad and feel guilty about, stuff I'm not doing. Um, and so I thought that I would start out with something that's easy, that can be fun, that all of you, me included, all of us, can utilize. And that is an ephemera holder, which is basically, something to hold our ephemera that we make, or the, digitals that we download and cut out, or whatever it might be. This is one that I made for Shabby Dabby Doodah, for her delicious goodies. And this one was made from white paper bags, sacks. This one in front of you here that I had started working on, and I thought, well, we'll just do it together. We'll just continue this together. And this is made from these sacks, and you can get sacks pretty cheaply in the grocery stores, in hobbycraft stores, online, Etsy. I have some. Other people I know have some too. So that shouldn't be a problem. Don't let it keep you from. And then, excuse. And this is another ephemera book that I made, a couple of years ago, maybe, and it's worth paper bags. And this one is Roxy Creations, some of her ephemera. And here is another one that I made, and it's Easter stuff. Love it, love it, love it. So it's almost time to pull out. And this one I did was real fancy. This was just really fancy. I used scrapbook paper and fabric. So this one I did not use paper bags. So if you're making something like this, and let me tell you, my darling friends, it isn't too early to start working on gifts for next year. It is not. Excuse me, and don't hit me for saying that. Don't hit me, please. Let me get a drink. My throat. Ye old frog. Whenever I want to do a video, ye old frog says, "Oh yeah, are we gonna do a video?" And I'm like, I'd rather do it without you, my friend. Okay. So this is just a simple something for you to consider. No pressure, no have to, no anything. Just going to show you what I'm working on. And if you decide that that's something you want to do, then, that would be fabulous. And I'd love to see your work. Okay, what I did was I took 2 of these paper bags. These are flat. And I glued together. Well, let me just show you. Let's just move some of this stuff a little bit out of the way so I can show you, my dears. And of course I have, weird cutting tools and things because I'm also a quilter. And so, I like to combine those things. And it's so good to see you guys. Did you do anything super fun for New Year's? Did you just kind of stay home, relax, and chill? Did you watch something on TV, fireworks and cool things like that? Or what did you do? I'd love to hear. Hubby and I, normally speaking, I'm just cutting that off so that I can have a strip. Normally, we just see the new year in by just maybe drinking cider. We're not drinkers. We don't drink alcohol or anything like that. We like to have a good time. And I can't imagine how I would be if I did drink. Oh my goodness, that could be bad. Okay. So as you can see, I'm just taking one bag, I'm splitting, and I'm getting things, strips together so that I can utilize. Okay. To put my strips for this. Okay. So, if you're going to make an ephemera holder like this, something similar, you will need a substrate. I have these flat paper bags. You can use, whatever you like. If you do the paper bag like I'm doing here, then you also have the option of putting things in the pockets. You don't have the option of clearly seeing what's in the pockets. But if you organize it properly, then you can know, you can have it labeled or whatever, what's in there. It just gives you some extra storage space. So you'll need some type of clear, or you could use tracing paper. This is glassine paper, and it's easy to see through the pockets, so it's easy if I want to put things in here. You can see that nicely. And then this is fabulous. Now, I picked mine up at, I don't know, it was a garage sale or a thrift store or something. I picked up this transparency film, contains 50, and I've just been using these, been cutting these, and they're fabulous. They're fabulous. So and they're really, really sturdy. Now, I do use a sewing machine with mine. You can do it with glue. However, if you're going to use glue, a little tip is I would use like a double-sided tape if you're going to use the transparency film type plastic, because these are, I guess they're acetate sheets, I think, maybe. What does it say? I don't know. And I just dropped them all over the floor. I just dropped them all over the floor, guys. Oh, what a twit. What a twitty-doo. All right. Let's get them back together here. Oh, by the way, my word for 2024 is authentic. And yes, I feel like perhaps I wasn't as authentic because I hadn't shared my deep dark secret or whatever that I didn't need to share. I know. It was nobody's business but mine. But because I did that, and it opened up a world of many of you hurting, and my heart is just like, I'm just giving you all just the biggest hugs ever. I'm just loving on you. Seriously. Serious love. But it helped me to, I don't know, the word just, I was laying in bed one morning and it was like authentic. And I thought, I like that. Authentic. I do try to be me, but it's always good, especially with YouTubers out there that are just so amazing. I mean, I am in awe of so many of you out there that your art is just spectacular. Your videos are number one. Just it gives me just, goosebumps just thinking about how beautiful and everything so many are. And then there's little old me. And so sometimes I think it's possible that we might get caught up in a world of, well, maybe we should do this, or maybe we should do that because this person's doing this, or this person's doing that. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do. But at the same time, let's not lose our authenticity. Let's still be who we are. And so that's my word. For whatever reason, is to be authentic. And I do try. And so it's just maybe a continuation, but I've never had that as a directive word before. So we're going with it. All right. So back to, you'll need some substrate paper bags are great. And you can use others. If you use a gusseted paper bag like the sacks that we often do in grocery stores and whatnot, you can take those apart and you can make them wider by those gussets that you'll find the side flaps. And that's how I did with the books that I showed you previously. But this is just for fun. This is just a little guy. And if you want to take on a project that's just kind of like, okay, don't want to get too in the weeds, then this could be a good one. But keep in mind, if you are just gluing, you might consider using a double-sided tape. Many stores carry it that are craft stores. You can get it on Amazon. It's not a difficult supply to find. And like I said, I have a lot of glassine paper, bags and whatnot. So I'm using this and I'm using this. And I thought I was completely out of these. I was so sad. And somewhere in here, I think I've got a couple of pockets that are, oh, maybe it's on this side. Yeah, here. I thought I was out of the protector sheets or the transparent, but I found another box. I found another box. It said, yay. Okay, so let me show you. Start with your inside two, and you decide how you want to do it. For me, I did it to where the pockets, the top flap is facing me on one side, and then I turned the other one so that that's just how I decided to do it. It's not like, well, you have to, or like this is the best way or anything like that. Okay, so then, and then she said, and here I've got plenty to do my little piece. I'm going to get some of my scrap book page. And I got for Christmas, I got these glue sticks. They're the little ones. They're the little tiny ones. So I haven't used the little tiny ones for a long time. But we'll make it work. Okay, so for the very center, you want to come together fairly close. And I'm just extending this out just a smidgen, okay? And then you've got the other side. So I have covered both sides, okay? And so it's pretty easy. I mean, you know, I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm not doing anything earth-shattering. I'm just gluing. Just gluing. But I thought, with this being, you know, kind of New Year's, and we like to make goals and different things like that, and or at least we start out with that in mind, right? I don't necessarily, I'm not a good one to do the goal thing. I'm just snipping those off, guys. And this is just to show you. So then, okay, so then we've got these put together, and this is ready to, and see this, you want to keep these kind of straight, even. I can see that this is just a teeny bit wonky, that it was in a little closer here than it was here. So you just be careful about that. You do better than I did. That's great. And then she said, and then you cut your pieces of the pockets. You cut the pockets. However, you decide how you want to do it. I'll give you the measurements for these, what I did. This is 3-inch pocket, and this is a 3-inch pocket. And the first time that I did this, I did a strip that was clear across. But you don't want, where you're going to fold, you don't want your pockets to be there, because it adds too much bulk and it makes it hard to fold. So you want to avoid that. So what I would do then is to measure from your center. This is 5 inches here, and then of course, you know, you got 5 inches here, and there'll be just a little teeny bit in the center here that there won't be anything but your reinforced paper, the paper bag. Okay, so you cut the pockets to size, whatever you want. I have only done 2 pockets. You can do shorter pockets. You can do a variety of different things. You can also, like, I know that Rachel with Roxy Creations, she has ordered pockets that are self-stick, that are clear, that you just put on, and she's put in various places. That could be a great option for you, especially for those of you, if you don't want to sew, you know, that can be a wonderful thing that you could do instead of. And here see my squiggles? Whew, you know, gives it character. So you basically build your pages. You decide how many you want to have, and you build from there. Now, the first one that you build, these are going to be closer together. Every one thereafter will be a little bit different, a little bit further apart, because you have the bulk of the folding. And so you want to make sure that you give your next pages the opportunity to fold over further. So, in other words, you're going to have a wider gap. Each one that you do is going to be just a little bit wider. If you do it, say you do it this way, the way I did it, okay. And the first one was pretty close, like this, right? So then the next one's going to be like maybe 1/8 of an inch apart. Okay? You're going to have a gap in here. And then the next one's going to be a little bit wider than that. And then the next one's going to be a little bit wider than that, see? But you're always going to have 2 layers of this to put them together. So that will not be a problem. Unless you build out to the point where, you know, you have to make these wider to accommodate for a much bigger one, which you can do. So that's how you build your pages. Okay. And I did both sides at the same time. So what I did was, when I had my pieces cut, well, and let's go ahead, we'll do this together too. It's hard to see on this clear. Okay, so let's going to do that. And it's going to be 5 inches. I said 5, right? Okay. So, where's the one that I put together? Where did it go? I really want to know. Okay. So what I did was I took my art glitter glue and I did 3 sides, just a thin line on the edge, knowing that I am going to be covering that up. Okay. And then I would do the pocket on this side. And do glue around 3 sides, glue around 3 sides. Except, hold it. Do as I say, not as I do, my dears. You want if you're going to do more pockets at the top, you want to start at the top, then you build and you build. Like the first one that you put down is going to be the closest to the top. And then you'll put one on top of that, just like this. So this had to be the first pocket, and this overlapped. Does that make sense? So do as I said and not as I did. So this would be the first pocket, and then we'll put another one on next. And I turned it to the other side, and I did the very same thing. Glued around the edges, 3 sides, and then 3 sides here. Had them all glued down, and then I stitched down, across, and up, or down, across, and up, down, across, and up. And my middle pocket, I did not stitch. That is just glued. You can stitch that if you want, but if you do, stitch it before you put your last pocket on. And keep in mind, if you stitch, then your bag to utilize for storage is going to be less. It's going to be shorter. It's going to be this short instead of this long. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Okay. Let's keep up. Okay, so that's basically what I did, guys. And I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 pages. So I basically have my pages ready to go. So the next step will be to decide we need a cover and we need to stitch them in. So Could work on that today. Should I do the same thing with the bags and just not put pockets on them and cover them? Which I, of course, would need to do. See, as it grows, look, this covers this nicely if I do it this way. But look, when I fold it, there's this much gap now from these that have been created. So this one, if it's going to be a cover, then it needs to be much wider. And we, you know, why not? Let's do that. I hadn't planned on that, but let's just go ahead and do something that way. And I think what we'll do is we will cut, let's do a 2-inch. Will that work? Maybe 2.5 inch. Let's do 2.5 inch from both sides. Okay. So, anyway, tell me what you have been working on. Tell me how your New Year's is going. Let's see. If I want this like this, then I really need to kind of cha. Okay, so I think what I want to do here, I want to give that like 1.5 inches. And I'm using my grid here just to kind of, to keep it a little bit even. I should get a new mat grid. I could. Now, this is doubled, and I think I want to go ahead and keep it this way. And I'm going to just glue this on the edge. And we will see, we'll see what we need to do from there. Now, wanted to keep that kind of all right. And of course we're going to have this here that's probably going to need a, give that extra sturdiness. And we're going to come over here on the other side then. Let's go ahead and, there's just so many things, you guys, that can be done with simple tools. And I will tell you, oh, and by the way, I want to give a very warm welcome to all of my new subscribers. I am so happy you are here, and I hope that you will find it enjoyable to be here. The way I get to know you, honestly, is if you chat, if you share with me, then that's super fun. You don't have to. I don't want anybody to feel like they have to post, because you certainly don't. If you're rather, you just want to be behind the scenes and be in the background and not chat, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But if you want to visit with me, then yeah, that'd be great. I would love that. Okay, so let's see if we did that okay, or if we've royally messed that up. Let's see what we got here going. And I will stitch here as well. Okay. Okay, see, that's not too bad. So we have a nice little cover. And I am going to, just one sec. I am going to stitch. Let me put this on pause and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we have, I have stitched down on both sides. So that's nicely covered. So then it's just a matter of decorating. And for this one, I don't have a specific digital group, or, you know, this is just, I guess, going to be kind of generic. So let's see. I think we'll just, on this one, let's just cover it with some cool old papers. I have a whole bunch of delicious old book pages, guys. I've been delving into some of my stash, if you will, and pulling out old pages that I need to share them. I seriously. And these that I've been getting into are for a smaller size. I had a customer, a sweet gal, who was requesting something that she could do a journal with all her own ephemera and whatnot. And she wondered if I could do a blank from a small, the small size that I do at times, this size. And so I did. I came up with something for her, and she seemed very happy with it. She hasn't gotten it yet, but it's on its way. But that was hard. It was really hard to do because she really did not want decorating so that she could use all her own ephemera and whatnot. Let's see. And so, I hope I did it okay. I sent her some pictures and she seemed very pleased with the pictures and said, yes, that's what I want. And so, but it was a new experience for me to do a journal that was just that plain. So yeah, that's something that I'm not used to. Oh, isn't that pretty? Prayer of peace. Well, let's do that side. we just switch up sides here. And as I'm trying to do these bigger pieces on here for the cover, I immediately have switched to a bigger glue stick. These are my old Blick. They work, but they're stringy. The glue is stringy, and so it feels awkward to me. And so I had kind of wanted some other, and maybe I just put the wrong one on my wish list to have it be the small glue sticks. That I totally could see me doing that. Totally. All right. Let's see what we got. What do we got here? Let's bring over a few of these little odds and ends. We could definitely do something with that. Maybe do a little do ditty like that. So what did you all, what did you guys do for New Year's? Hubby and I, normally, we have sparkling cider and maybe cheese and crackers, you know, that kind of snacky type food with like you get with a Harry and David, you know, summer sausage and stuff like that, with cool mustards and stuff. And then we go to bed. Sometimes we decide we don't even want to wait till it's 12 o'clock and we go to bed. This year, we invited the kids over. They normally don't do a whole lot either for New Year's, and we just thought, well, you know, let's get together and let's just play some games. And so they came over, and I had prepared little smokies, you know, with the grape jelly and the chili sauce, which is delicious. And our granddaughter had to work, and so she was going to join us as soon as she got off work. So she wanted to make sure she loves the little smokies, so we made sure to save her plenty of little smokies. And we played Monopoly when she got there. We haven't played Monopoly forever. And sometimes in families, some games are better never played. If you know what I mean. The people can get noses out of joint and whatnot. And anyway, so we played Monopoly, and my wonderful daughter-in-law, love her to death, she would not trade with me. She would not trade. I was trying to get the other two railroads, and she would not trade. I was like, what have you got against me? Anyway, so I was out first. I didn't have a whole lot to go with, and so I got out and listened to them as they are doing their thing. So Grandpa and I were the first ones out. And then we just, you know, waited a little bit, and it got to the new year. We counted down, and he poured sparkling cider for everybody. And we said Happy New Year, and everybody cheered and drank the cider, and then not too long after that, you know, they headed home. It was just really fun. We haven't done that forever. And it was fun. So we enjoyed ourselves very much. And hopefully the kids had a good time too. So yeah, that was something that we did on our end here. So love to hear what you guys did or didn't do, because I know, you know, that midnight hour that gets to be kind of a lot. Well, let's see. I want to keep that prayer of peace there, so let's do this so that, well, it's kind of like, let's give that a try. This amount. This is so completely, you guys, this is totally off the cuff. Oh, wow. Look at that. That is not even. That is not even. guys. Let's see if we can smooth that out just a little bit more. Make it a little bit better. A little bit. It's not perfect. But that's okay because perfect is only one person that ever lived that was perfect. And he was a god. So, okay. I still, the Blick glue, it's good glue, but it's sticky. Okay. And these are old papers. This is from my 1800s rag paper. I just have some, I have some amazing papers. And I'm trying to get ready to have them in my shop so that I can share them with many of you if it's something that you would like, you know, to have to create for your own goodies. It's just a matter of, there's only one of me, and yeah. Okay, so I think, yeah, we'll just do that on the top there. And I don't, you know, recycle, reuse, whatever. I'm absolutely in favor of that, you guys. But I'm not fanatic about it. I'm not anal about it. I'm not a purist to the point where, you know, it takes over everything else kind of thing. Not at all. So you know, if that disappoints you, I'm sorry, but it's just not me to, yeah, to be that precious about that kind of thing. This is kind of cool, huh? I think I want a little bit more over in here to sort of offset some of this. So, let's see. Update. Have I updated you on everything? I'm trying to think of, oh, I see my cancer doctor. I see my oncologist tomorrow. And we will go over, you know, where things are. Obviously, let's see, where to put. He has a new medicine that he wants me to try. And let's see, which is the better side for this? That's the most textured. This has got a really nice linen-y texture to it. And it's got threads in the paper, which I love. I love that kind of paper. So we'll find out. So if it all goes well and I was approved and everything, then I will have my first infusion of a new medicine tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see. So 1845 is this one little German book that I've got, and that's a lot of these that I'm wanting to share. They're, you know, that's one of them. One book, if I had one book, then I would keep it and just use it for me, for my creating and whatnot. And then I got another book. And then I got another book. And so as I have been able to get more, and I apologize if I have been off. Oh, please forgive me. Oh, I hate that. hate that. I strongly dislike that. Hate is a strong word. Let's not use that one. But, yeah. This could be just, yeah, just kind of fun, just kind of cool, kind of just very, very plain. But yeah, I want to, I want to be good at saving. I want to be good at reusing. I want to be good at those things, but I'm not going to save every little itty bitty everything. I'm just not going to. That's just not me. That's not authentic to me. If it is to you, then of course that's different. Then that's, you need to, you know, you need to follow that. Because you need to be authentic to yourself. But for me, I'm okay with sometimes getting rid of papers. I do try to be good about not adding a bunch of trash and different things. I mean, I do try to be good about that kind of thing, because I think it's important to be, you know, somewhat responsible, you know, with things that we do and how we are with things. But I don't feel like it's necessary to go overboard with it. That's just my own personal, whatever. So if that doesn't fit with you, I do apologize. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but at the same time, I'm just being me. I'm just being me, guys. Let's see. As you can see, I have not been really paying attention to my pockets on this one. I'm just gluing down. Just gluing her down. And then what I will do is we'll have in the next video, we'll stitch this together and put start putting some of the ephemera so that it's ready for your ephemera. And this, of course, some of these things, like these, aren't vintage by any stretch, but I've tea dyed them, or actually there's been coffee dyed. And they're still fun, and so, you know, why not use them? And I say, I don't know, why not? Oh dear. Okay, so let's see. I updated you. New Year's Eve, what we did. Updated you my cancer thingy. I think we're probably kind of caught up. I gave you my word for this year, authentic. I'm going to take off this little bit. It's kind of gluey. I will say, because my last two videos, I have had so many comments on, I can't believe the number of people out there that are hurting because of the loss of a loved one, that, not to death, but, you know, estrangement because of misunderstandings or whatever the case may be. And it just, it definitely helped me to see, like, wow, you know, suck it up, Buttercup. but also just an empathy for those that are struggling. And in my second video, some of you may have watched the first and didn't watch the second one. But in the second video, I did mention that the heartache that I have felt, that I don't live there. And I think that's important for those that are having similar experiences, that you not live there. Because everyone has heartache. We all have difficulties that we deal with. Some are extremely private, and part of me is sorry that I shared, but I felt like I should, so I did. And part of me is glad that I did, because it helped me to see so many that are challenged in those areas. But it's just really, really important that whatever the trial, whatever the heartache, that we recognize and understand that it happens to everyone. And I think that's something that many people, from the comments that I received, many were shocked and pleased to see that someone else, not pleased that someone is suffering, I don't mean that at all, but pleased that they're not alone, that other people are dealing with similar heartaches. And so, and that's a good thing, I think, for us to feel that we aren't alone. No one likes to feel like they're the Lone Ranger, that they're out there on an island. We all like to feel like somebody's in our corner. And so for that reason, I'm glad that the video was beneficial in that respect. Look at this, guys. Look at this. These are so fun. I'm telling you, collaging, you guys, is just such a fun activity. Everybody needs to collage. Everybody needs to collage. This says, have hope. The shadow of the mountain falls athwart the lowly plain, and the shadow of the cloudest hangs above the mountains ahead, and the highest hearts and lowest wear the shadow of some pain, and the smile is scarcely flitted ere the anguished tear is shed. For no, so much sad. Okay. That was just in one of my old books, and I'm just going to collage it down. Maybe I'll read it later. Anyway, I say life is good. We visit sad times and sad things and sad places and sad whatevers occasionally, but we don't live there. We just visit and then we come back and we enjoy the blessings that we have. And that's where, yeah. And I have been blessed like nobody's business. You guys, I honestly feel like perhaps I would already have been gone from this life, perhaps, had your prayers not been upholding me. I really feel like your prayers are sustaining me. And so I thank you from the bottom of my heart for that, for those love and prayers. And I'm doing what I can. Doing what I can to keep it going. We'll see what 2024 brings. I mean, I'm not in charge, the Lord is, but if He's okay, if I'm still here and I can do videos for y'all and we can chat and visit and enjoy each other's company, then I'm like, yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, crazy stuff. I know. Kind of crazy. But, oh, no, that's there. Can't have that. That's too close to it. All right, let's pull this apart. So I am going to try to put some of these amazing papers in my shop before too long. I just want to be able to share, and you know, they're just the coolest ever, and I want everybody to be able to have some. So let's go ahead and do this other, and I have a feeling that this video is probably way long as it is, so I need to wrap it up, and then in the other video, we'll put it all together. Let me get that up there so you can see. This one I did not try to do small little collage-y things, you know, as much. You certainly could. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. Oh dear. Okay, so there's our cover. There's the inside. Let's get our papers, our pages. And we're going to let this dry completely so it doesn't leave a funny whatever. And this is going to be our ephemera holder. So, okay, this is exciting. Thank you for joining me. Oh my goodness, this was wonderful. I love you guys, and I hope to see you soon. All right, bye now.